It does help to alleviate cramps when I do add a little bit of gentle movement. So we're definitely not trying to push ourselves in any way. We do want to practice some self-care and just slow things down. But a little bit of movement can go a long way in alleviating cramps and soreness in our lower back, hips, and lower body overall. So great for all levels, no props required. And we're going to start seated, just bringing one leg in front of the other. So I have my right shin in front, and I'm going to turn to the side. So right shin in front of the other, and you're just going to fold straight forward. So trying to open up through lower back and through our hips here. Walk your hands out, and you might be up higher here on your forearms, or you might be folding down. And we're really going to emphasize deep belly breaths. And in most of the yoga classes that I teach, I usually encourage that we pull the lower belly in towards the spine whenever we exhale to really engage our lower abdominals. But today we don't want any of that. So really no sucking in whatsoever. Obviously, we have extra fluid. It's normal to be bloated. And we want to give ourselves that full permission to just relax our stomachs fully. There's already enough tension in that area. We don't need to add any more. So breathe deep in and out through your nose. Really letting your abdomen balloon out as you inhale, and just relax a little as you exhale. You can push your hands into the floor, slowly start to rise back up. And we'll do that forward fold on the other side, but before we do this, just straighten your right leg out in front of you so that you now have your left foot to the inside of that right thigh. We're going to do a passive forward fold. So don't worry about having a straight spine or keeping your right leg really straight. We're just going to naturally let gravity pull us down. Just starting to open up through the back of our leg. And also stretching a little bit more into our low back, along the spine. Relax your head, your neck. Just let gravity do the work for you here. 5 deep breaths. Push your hands into the floor. Use arm strength to lift yourself back up. And you're going to open your left knee wider. So instead of having both of my hips and shoulders facing the front of my mat, I'm going to widen my stance here. So my knees are reaching away from one another. And you can bring your left hand behind you and just reach your right arm up and over. Press and lift your pelvis up. Just a nice big counter stretch here. Pushing your hips forward and set them back down. And now find a little side bend so you can reach your right hand down your right leg and extend your left arm up and over. And I'm really letting my neck be soft here. Relaxing the left shoulder away from your ear. Just a big side body stretch. And let's come all the way back up. So facing the front of your mat again, let's find our seated forward fold. So a variation of Sukhasana or easy pose. This time you have your left shin slightly staggered in front of the right one. Try to sit evenly on both sit bones. And again, relax your stomach. Try not to worry about that here and just focus on lengthening out of your lower back, lengthening through your spine. And then walk your hands forward, finding your best version of this forward fold and just melting into it. Keep the breath flowing in and out through your nose. Our movements really don't need to be intense in order to be effective. And this is a time for us to really connect with ourselves, and as much as possible to give ourselves permission to slow way down. And rise on up, take your time. And let's bring our left leg out in front of us. So squared towards the top of the mat, right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And we're just gonna find this passive yin style forward fold. So you can absolutely keep a bit of a bend in your left knee. We're not pushing, we're not pulling. Soften the muscles along your jaw. Relax your shoulders and your arms. Push your hands into the ground, lift on up, and you're gonna widen your legs here, so my right knee is gonna move away, facing more so in a diagonal here. Right hand goes behind you, reach your left arm up and over, press and lift your hips up. Nice big counter stretch here. And as you set your hips back down, let's find lateral flexion, just a fancy word for a side bend. So you can slide your left hand down, reach your right arm up and over. Trying to create even more space from your right fingertips towards your right shoulder, and from your right shoulder to your right hip. Inhale all the way back up. And let's face forward, crossing at the ankles. Make your way to a tabletop pose on hands and knees, spreading your fingertips wide. And we're just going to trace some circles with our hips here. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. You can make this as big or as small as you would like. Keep breathing as you do this. And you can reverse the direction of the circles. And coming back through to center, let's find our low lunge. Right foot steps to the top of the mat to keep your right knee anchored and aligned over the top of your ankle. And I'm just going to keep my hand